Hey everyone, welcome to Legendary Jots, where curiosity meets clarity. Today, we're diving into the world of Roman mythology, and I have a fascinating tale for you about Mars, the Roman god of war. Mars wasn't just about battles and bloodshed, he was a symbol of strength, courage, and protection. As the son of Jupiter and Juno, he held a powerful place in the pantheon, and was revered as the father of the Roman people. His connection to the wolf, Rome's sacred animal, tied him deeply to the city's origins. But Mars wasn't just a god of armies, he was a figure of passion, loyalty, and wrath. And today we're going to explore a story that reveals his darker, more human side, a tragic tale of betrayal, fury, and the cost of devotion. So let's step into the battlefield of myth and meet Bellona, a mortal warrior who once had Mars's favor. Mars, watching from his celestial seat, saw Bellona as more than just a mortal. She was his priestess, his voice in the mortal world. Her strength in battle was unmatched, her loyalty unshaken. She led armies in his name, and her victories were said to be guided by his unseen hand. But war has its price. Bellona's kingdom was crumbling under constant conflict, and her people were weary of bloodshed. In her desperation, she turned to Minerva, the goddess of wisdom and strategy, seeking an end to the chaos. This decision, seemingly small, set the stage for a tragedy. Mars, insulted by her shift in loyalty, sent warnings. Omens of his displeasure appeared. Shields cracked without reason, swords rusted overnight, and the skies turned red during battles. But Bellona, driven by her love for her people, persisted. Her prayers were no longer to Mars but to Minerva, asking for guidance to secure peace. The breaking point came when Bellona offered a sacrificial blade, not to Mars, but to Minerva. For Mars, this was the ultimate betrayal. He had given her strength, power, and victory, yet she had turned away. Consumed by rage, he descended to her battlefield, his form cloaked in shadow, his voice shaking the earth. He confronted Bellona, demanding to know why she had forsaken him. Bellona, though terrified, stood her ground. She spoke of the suffering her people endured and said, "Mars, your power gave me victory, but victory brought endless war. Minerva gives me peace." Mars's wrath erupted. He unleashed a storm of fire and iron upon her forces, and Bellona, brave but mortal, fell in the chaos. The battlefield was silent, littered with the broken remains of her army and her dreams of peace. But the tragedy didn't end there. Bellona's death marked the decline of her once great kingdom, and the mortals who had revered Mars began to fear him. They whispered of his temper, his vengeance, and his inability to forgive. Even today, Mars's story reminds us of the cost of unchecked anger and the fragility of trust, even between gods and their chosen ones. Bellona's name faded into history, but her defiance left a mark. She taught us that even gods can be challenged, but such challenges come with a price. The consequences of Mars's wrath echoed through time, a reminder of the fine line between strength and destruction. This story shows us that even gods, with all their power, are not immune to emotion. Wrath, betrayal, and regret, these are universal truths. The tragedy of Mars and Bellona reminds us to value loyalty and temper our anger, for even the mightiest can be brought low by their own actions. If you enjoyed this myth and want to explore more fascinating and mysterious tales, make sure to like this video and subscribe to Legendary Jots. Together, we'll uncover the myths, legends, and stories that shaped history. Hit the bell icon and let's journey through the ages, one story at a time.